giveaway.
Hello, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first edition.
Yeah, spice up your life.
Shameless, yes, Con-shamless. That's right. Here at Con-shamless, this is a podcast that is going to be talking about awesome subjects.
Like getting a fight stick to work that came from China.
Or frying fish.
That could be talked about too. No, we're going to be giving you the raw on the couch, no fucks given. So if you're one of the easily offended millennials out there,
it doesn't have to be a couch. Equality. It can be a chair.
Then this podcast may not be for you, but you're gonna hear it anyway, and you're gonna bitch about it. Then
come get triggered. Triggered.
Yes, come get triggered. This is definitely the podcast.
That's right.
That
I hate strawberries. Triggered yet? Shit.
We should definitely make that the motto. Just come get triggered.
K-pop sucks. Yo, wait, there's a UPS truck outside.
No,
they got in the corner. Okay, what are we talking about?
Focus. God damn it! This is what I have to work with, people.
Who focuses around here?
Yeah,
we just follow.
That's true. Just follow through. Yeah. So as you can see, you can already see what you're getting into already.
Using a fight stick to play Rocket League. How do you drive in this thing? Oh, let's jump. Fuck.
Pretty much.
Why?
Why not, dude? Shit. That's drift. Oh yeah.
But my name is Gerald Murray. I'm also known as what am I also known as? I forgot already.
Drunk Walker Productions.
Yes, Drunk. Thank you. I need help reminding sometimes. My mind is going. I'm getting old. Shut up! I'm getting old. Must be all this drinking and drugs. No, I'm just kidding. I don't.
Nah, drugs alright. Let's do this. I love my candy corn. It's Halloween.
But yes, I'm with Drunk Walker Productions. I also run a YouTube channel called Legends of Cosplay Tomorrow, which you'll probably listen to this on that.
It's about Legends of Cosplay that will be cosplaying tomorrow.
We're better than don't call us heroes. We're not heroes of cosplay. Yes, I had to throw a shameless plug in. Yep, Legends of Tomorrow. I have Metal Legends with me here right now, actually.
Bro, I'm a myth. I'm a legend.
That. We'll move on. Let me introduce them. Or they can introduce themselves. We'll start with...
Alright, here we go.
Alright, my name is Mookie Takao.
Wow, get out of here! Let me get out of here, kid! Wow.
And tofu. Sometimes I like my fried tofu and leave it on my desk when I go to a con. So when I come back, I'm brown and shit.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna introduce myself. It's the best, the number one always stress, the eating chicken I left on my desk last night. Number one, super depressed best friend, Mookie.
Super depressed best friend.
I like rum.
It sounded like the I Like Turtles kid, but with rum.
I mean, I like turtles too.
I also like rum too, though. Rum is the best. You can't go wrong with rum.
Dude, this is...
Which, that might happen. I'll give you a heads up, guys. This podcast, we probably might be a little inebriated sometimes.
Bruh, drunk gaming is the thing.
The show shape.
Sometimes. That's all the time.
Sometimes, when you have good alcohol and you're not breaking computers.
They ain't breaking no damn computer. Look, man.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
No, but yeah, you know, a true shameless fashion. A lot of the characters are.
Cut your nipple off.
We'll keep truth to the source material.
So this is Mookie. He has no nipples from cutting them off. So
Silas, your fish is up here. Come get your catfish, little nigga.
And he also has a kid named Silas.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, let's go ahead. Without further ado, let's get right into it. I want to tackle a couple of subjects today. One of the main ones I wanted to address, which I have queued up right now, you can see it on the screen, is the Rick and Morty hate movement.
AKA Rick and Morty.
This is what everybody else. This is what everybody else is dubbing it and calling it, and thinking that it's really awesome and cool. And it's a great thing to do. But yeah, this has really been it's really been annoying me and bothering me lately, because it happens with quite a bit of fandoms actually to this day. But specifically with this one though, because a lot of the millennials this year, it's just really trendy and everything. And I know that when I say that, that triggered a lot of people too. It's like, I'm not being trendy. I'm doing this, and I've been doing this, but a lot of you haven't though. A lot of you have been right there shouting Pickle Rick with the rest of us when the episode aired, and then
a lot of people ain't even like seen the first 2 seasons either. Motherfuckers just watched season 3 like, I love Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, which we'll get to that. We have a lot of new fans because of it. And there could be a double-edged axe to for the lighthearted explanation.
That could be a real dragon dildo.
We're not here to be, yeah, exactly. That's the more appropriate one. We're not here to be lighthearted. Thank you for keeping me on track there, Mookie.
Well, kinda. I am.
But mainly, it stemmed, it got to the spotlight because of whole McDonald's bringing back Szechuan sauce. If you are, which I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be listening to us. If you're not familiar with the whole Szechuan sauce thing, then you're probably not on the internet right now at all. There's no way to avoid it. Like, people that didn't even watch the fucking show knew about it. My mom asked me about it, and she knows nothing about Rick and Morty.
What? Really? That's crazy.
She knows, she just knows the name, and she knows, she brought me a hat for my birthday, so she recognized it. And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's Rick and Morty, right?" It's like, "You guys really do that? Is this what it's really about?" I'm like, "No, Mom. No. I'm also gonna delete my bad spelling here. I just noticed that."
What? You spell checking for the first time? Holy shit.
I know, right? I'm actually not. I'm just deleting my shame. I should just leave it in the true spirit of shameless, right? But anyways, yeah, here is the video that sparked it and whatnot. Do you guys want to join this YouTube room or whatever and watch it with me? I don't know why. I'm just gonna set that up just right now so we can.
Were you talking to us?
Yeah, any videos we want to share.
I mean, all I have is a phone, so I can't do anything right now. I don't have any.
You can still look at the YouTube stream, right? Or
no,
possible for you.
I mean, I could, but like,
phone.
My phone is fine. I just don't want to open it on my phone. I hate watching shit on my phone.
I will just play the video for the
Szechuan sauce?
There it is.
I want Szechuan sauce. Where's my Szechuan sauce? I'm Pickle Rick. What beloved dum dum? I'm Pickle Rick. Rick. I'm Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Prick. More like.
I'm just not very excited.
Nope, the Naruto run.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, yeah.
Guilty. So I've done one of these.
That's the video. so this video went viral, and it sparked a whole like just movement from it, like just where everybody was posting memes about it, about hating on the show, and people just started really just laying into uh, the general fandom, which I mean was expected. I mean, of course, this wasn't the best uh, time in the spotlight, but from my experience from the show, before this incident, um, it's been nothing but positive. You know what I mean? I've gotten nothing but positivity from the fans. Uh, yeah, I mean, shouting silly things to the show, like what's wrong with that? But now it's becoming like, oh, you are a terrible scum against society if you shout Pickle Rick now, because that's the way they dub it. And a lot of articles are going with the tide of things, and are just like, yeah, it's popular to just hate on this. So let me make a quick buck, get some readers, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. I mean, it was uncalled for. But I mean, okay, so not everyone in the but it doesn't mean the entire community is bad. Jeez.
It's just like every fucking fandom. There's always, the handful of just annoying ass fans, and half of them aren't even actual fans. They all have seen a couple episodes, or I only watched this episode so I could get the jokes. I'm gonna run around screaming this dumbass shit. Like, you can't even sit here and try and say, oh, Rick and, like people saying, Rick and Morty fandom, that's the worst fandom in history. They're like, okay, well, let's take a look at this. They go into McDonald's and they're chanting over sauce versus the many times that these hockey fans and football fans have destroyed their own cities because their favorite team is lost.
Exactly, or lost, or even won, dude. I remember when the Cubs won over here, they tore down light poles, dude, from climbing them. Okay, and then you want to get on my fandom about shit? It's like, come on, guys. Like, yeah, I know it's not like it was the best moment that we had, but I'm not like blaming anybody or anything like that. But I think McDonald's handled this situation very poorly. And then, like any situation, people like in groups do stupid stuff. So, like, of course, things like that
And
happen.
the whole fucking thing that they're trying to say, oh, Rick and Morty fans are so stupid not to see that. Oh, McDonald's is just trying to capitalize on their love for their series. It's like there's plenty of businesses that are doing that and have been doing that for years. It's nothing new, and people aren't so stupid that they don't see that. They just don't give a fuck. They want the stupid Szechuan sauce. That's it.
Yeah,
and then the other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and then the other thing is the whole Rick and Morty fans think because they watch Rick and Morty they're intelligent or they're superior. It's like in no way, shape, or form has anyone said that. As far as most people are concerned, everybody in Rick and Morty is idiots except for Rick, and even then he's just a drunk sociopath. But if you want to talk about a fandom where people think because they watch it, they think they're of superior intelligence, then we could just compare Rick and Morty to Steins Gate. Plenty of people that have seen Steins Gate thinks, oh man, I'm so fucking smart. I've seen this news, I understand everything. Oh my god, I can make one of these microwaves myself.
Bananas.
Holy shit. Bananas.
Yeah, it's
like,
and you got some people out here that are like, oh yeah, Rick and Morty isn't even, doesn't have smart undertones to it. I mean, it does have smart undertones. It's just a show that's just meant to be stupid and to laugh at, and that's it.
It's just like, what were you gonna say, Shadow?
I was going to say the people that actually, judge it is the people that actually haven't seen the first two seasons because
Yeah.
they explain like how Rick is, like how he's traumatized and his
Yeah.
comedic side is just him hiding his depressive state of being
Yeah.
smart and intelligent.
Exactly.
I
About
love
being
and I
aware,
love the
so to
whole
speak.
thing is like, oh, if you identify with Rick, then something's wrong with you. You're not supposed to identify with the characters. Blah 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 blah. It's like there's
Exactly.
nothing wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with identifying with the characters, especially when that's
Exactly.
how like most sitcoms and shit are too. It's like they want you to. So as the show goes on, they present how the person's disposition is a problem and how they can solve it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. That's one of
you're
the things that I
supposed
hate.
to have a show like people love to see a show where they're represented, like what they're feeling, the character is feeling, so they know, it's a sense of, oh, I'm not alone. I'm not the only person that feels this way. You see all these people who are like, shit, I feel the exact same way Rick does. I feel the exact same way Morty does. I
Exactly,
feel the
and the
exact same
same,
way.
and the thing is, they do it deliberately. Dan Harmon, and now
Yeah.
they put themselves into these characters, so there's
yeah,
actual people in these characters. So there's nothing wrong with identifying with any of these characters. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that should definitely be said right off the back. So it's like I've been been getting backlash and shit about that. It's like, oh yeah, you identify with Rick, that's bullshit because blah 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 blah. It's like, really, dude? How are you gonna tell me how I feel and who I
Oh,
can identify
gotta
with?
gotta say this because I already know.
Fuck you,
I, this isn't. Oh, this isn't some video from some or some podcast from some butthurt Rick and Morty fans or anything. This is people trying to have an intelligent conversation. And if you think somebody having a conversation is someone trying to argue a point, reevaluate yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you for stating that. Yeah, no, I mean this is definitely not that.
But
I'm just bringing on.
sometimes,
I'm just saying what's like, what's fact about it because I mean it's so many people against it that's
Yeah,
doing it for like just the attention
just because it's a thing to
or
do.
it's the thing to do. Like it's the trend to be like just hating.
You know how many people I've run into who like the first and second season of Rick and Morty, they loved it and they're Rick and Morty fans. Then season three rolls around, they're like, I love season three, and then everybody starts hating it. So then they start hating. It's like, dude, it's like don't sit here trying to act like you hate the series or the fans. Like you love the
Yes,
series.
I literally have a friend on my friends list, and I'm not gonna name him, but
what's up,
and
Mookie?
he's just
What's up?
no, it's like I'm looking at somebody from Pennsylvania. He's like, "What's up, Mookie?" Like calling you out. No, no, but it's and he's just like, "Oh, season three, it's garbage and blah blah blah." I was like, "Dude, you were just liking it like a
Yeah.
bit ago, and then like this happens, and and then of course he's saying, well, the fans are trash, and now blah 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 blah. It's that picture where Homer fades into the grass
Yeah.
with that shit. It's that. That just perfectly describes what's been going on with a lot of
and
those fans, and and that kind of bothers me too because it's just like like I said, there's literally people next to me that were literally shouting "Pickle Rick,"
yeah.
like days ago, and suddenly when it gets the negative gets in the spotlight, they want to fade away.
And then, like the thing too is like people, especially when it comes to like anime and cosplay and shit. Every year, and not every year, it's two times a year where the focus shifts from what fandom to hate. Like they hate what's popular. Remember you had the Naruto fans, or as people call them, Narutards. It's like, okay, fuck all the Naruto fans. They're annoying. They're obnoxious. And there's the Bleach fans. Fuck the Bleach
Right.
fans. They're annoying. They're obnoxious. They think their series is the best. They get superior. And then there's Homestuck, and it's like, oh fuck Homestuck people, and and Sword Art, and it just goes on. It's like it's a rotation that never
Exactly.
ends, and it's
And
gonna fade out, and then people are gonna be like, "Oh, I love Rick and Morty." It's like you were just hating on it like last
I
year, talking
know
about oh, fans are annoying.
somebody
Like,
said. My friends is on Facebook said that Rick and Morty fans are worse than Homestuck fans. and I have nothing against Homestuck fans, um, but their fandom, um,
Yeah.
in
I
the con
don't.
community, has been known to do some pretty outlandish and
Yeah.
pretty rude
I
stuff.
have never heard a case of Homestuck. I mean, of Rick and Morty fans. Like barricading hallways, not letting people pass who aren't part of their fandom,
Yeah,
or just straight up destroying parts of the hotel because it's what their character does.
exactly. Exactly.
All
I've
Rick and
never
Morty
seen
fans
that.
do is they
I
get
have
drunk.
never seen
They
that.
get drunk and roast
Right. They
people.
get drunk and do silly and make references from the show. That's literally all I've seen Rick and Morty fans do. And it's been amazing. You know, all of Dragon Con. I mean, we're just drunk and shouting references at each other,
Yeah.
and it's funny, and pretty together bringing. I haven't had a really uh, good fan community that I've been able to sit, not really sit there, like just be around and enjoy with everyone else since Rick and
It's
Morty.
like,
So
yeah.
that's
It,
one of the reasons why I like the show a lot. And with any fandom, like you said, there's going to be toxic fans, but they've been there. That's another thing
yeah.
that's bothered me. They have been there, and then us,
Hmm.
us as fans from the start have been dealing with this. So it's like, God, like we've been dealing with this. You guys are
And
just now
like,
seeing this.
what I think what led to it is people are tired of seeing all these like pickle Rick memes, especially from people who don't even watch the series. They're like, "Oh, I turn myself into a stapler. I'm Stapler Rick," or some
Yeah,
stupid shit like that. I
yeah,
think that's people are tired of seeing that, but at the same time, it's like just because you have a bad experience with one person from a fandom doesn't mean that the entire fandom is like that. If that were the case, I would have stopped being part of plenty gaming communities, and especially the cosplay community in general.
oh
The anime
yeah,
and cosplay community, like that is a pretty toxic, fucking racist,
yeah. Exactly.
lum,
I have people that's part of it.
lum place.
Part
Like,
of a lot of other community, cosplay, whether it be cosplay, fighting game community, or whatever. I have people from the fighter community who I love very dearly, very much, but
I
they
don't.
they
Fuck
have
y'all.
been, I understand. We're really close friends, and he doesn't really like the show that much at all. He doesn't find it funny at all, and it was just left to that. But now it's grown to the point where, like, I guess he's just like he feels like he's able to be like, yeah, this is my time to shine. He's been laying it hard, laying it thick, uh,
That's what
to
she said.
to the point where he's made a rule that oh yeah, anybody that shouts pickle Rick doesn't uh, deserve to get laid, or anybody that shouts pickle Rick
man, people just like people who love the
it's like,
show,
geez, like,
and the
really?
people who just like
Like,
pretend. People just pretend to hate on it. It's like it's part of the whole bandwagon thing. It's like, and then you have the people who love the show, but they pretend to hate it because they're afraid of being judged for liking the show, which you shouldn't ever be scared of being judged for liking a show. You like what you want. Everybody has their different tastes and shit. It's like the whole, um, regular sports versus esports argument. It's like, oh, why would you guys want to, wear jerseys from your favorite computer game team and go watch them play live and stuff? It's like, why would you want to paint your body, go to a big ass sweaty arena and watch people tackle each other on a football field? It's like
right,
because you like the teams, you like the game. It's no different from that. The only real
exactly,
difference is the fact that anybody can participate in esports, which is why it has such a huge fucking fan base and following.
right,
There's nothing exclusionary about it, and it's the same thing when you look at like Rick and Morty shit. Nobody's ever excluded from a fandom. You know what I mean? You can be
yeah,
a part of it.
exactly, Exactly.
I don't know.
The thing
If you
that's
ask
bothering
me,
me now is like, like I don't want to go out and I don't want to be ridiculed, for representing my fandom. You know what I mean? Like I have
yeah.
my swag that I wear out and everything. I got great response from it before, like, oh shit, that's Rick and Morty, that's awesome. To normal people looking like, ugh, why is he wearing that? Why is he representing that? Like, just those people,
Oh,
and it's like, I mean, other than that, though, I still get uh, awesome response because of it, but, now it's just like, now I have to.
you know what I also thought about when I was naming fandoms that get hate. Even though everybody basically grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z fans get constant hate just because they think if you start talking about Dragon Ball Z, people are just gonna get over the top hype from because of nostalgia. Then Super is out and all this, like, which isn't even the fucking case.
Right, right.
People just hate to see people just hate to see other people enjoying themselves.
Ooh, that hurt. Jesus.
Like that's
Fight stick.
basically fucking it. And you're up here. Hey, what do you have to say, Shadow, while you're over there playing your fucking Rocket League
Rocket
with a
League
No,
on
orange ink
a
I
controller?
fighter
destroyed
stick.
my hand. Okay, don't play Rocket League with a
That's what.
fight stick. Don't do it. It hurts.
Rocket League ruins lives anyway. I don't. I had a friend that was way too competitive for Rocket League. I was over his house. I'm like, it's Rocket League, dude. He's like,
Well,
shut it on, kid. I'm like, damn, really?
it's like soccer though. I mean,
It's
like they're
just
hella competitive.
yeah, it's just I don't know. If you ask me, I think all this like hate and shit, all these articles are all being written by the same fucking butthurt person who's just like, oh, some Rick and Morty fans spilled booze on me at a con or some stupid shit. And it's like, bro, it's like not even that serious. Because these are the same people where if you were to start writing some article about their fandom or some shit, they'd be the first ones to want to come out with a fucking torch and pitchfork and hunt you down and tell you, I'm going to kill you. This is the greatest fandom in the world. How dare you? You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, bro, chill. Like, it's
Right.
just your opinion,
And I
right?
understand some of the people that want to call out the bad fans. Okay, sure, I'm on that fan. You can do that. I'm not saying that. Oh yeah, we're untouchable. All that
Yeah,
stuff. I'm not
see that.
saying that shit. I call out the bad fans too. I say that they're
Yeah, but
bullshit.
that's the thing too. It's like it's not even like, oh, because we're all part of the same fandom, we don't care what to do. It's like, no, you see that shit, we shut that shit down because that's the type of shit that gives you a bad rep. Like, you don't
Exactly.
want anything like that. Like, come on now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the whole fan base and the uproar because uh,
The female writer
women.
thing.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
saying women writing
like what the
Season
stupid.
three,
They
and
get
that's why
mad
season
for
three was
no reason.
garbage and all this other stuff.
That's the
A
that's
lot of
the
us true
stupid
fans
ass.
took
That's
to
the
that was like, no,
idiot.
that's bullshit. Like that's
Yeah,
bullshit. There was somebody wrote it's with
120%.
Summer, and it's for one of the recent episodes. It's with Summer and Beth, and Beth is
Spoiler alert! Careful,
yeah,
guys.
yeah, careful, yeah. But it's Beth. It's like, oh my god, I'm so traumatized and whatever. And then Summer is like, uh, bitch, my fucking what you call it? My uh, what are we called? Like fucking damn, I'm drawing the blank now. Fucking, a lot of fucking.
Lots of fucking. Waiting for this fucking to end so we can get to the point. It'll happen eventually. Don't worry, guys.
I know this
You know.
happens. Sometimes Gerald breaks down. It's funny. No, no, she was like, bitch, my youth or whatever the other term for youth, is traumatized by women writing a cartoon show. And I just thought it was hilarious because yeah, it's true. A lot of us get butthurt about this kind of stuff. It's like uh, white people wanting to write the white version of Wizard of Oz.
What?
You mean the Wizard of Oz?
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
You know,
I love the Wiz. It's like, you mean the Wizard of Oz? No, the Wiz. The Wizard of Oz? No, the Wiz. Like,
Yes.
what's the Wiz? I'm like, like, there's no way you could put
I
it other than the
know.
Black Wizard of Oz. Like,
And it's people out there that really is thinking like, oh yeah, I need to make this white version of Wizard of Oz. It's like, you mean the Wizard of Oz? Because it's already white, pretty white. Yeah. So it's like that, and oh my goodness, it's terrible. Uh, but yeah, we call out this shit. We don't let it fly. Um, it's being taken care of like any fandom.
Oh man, my hand hurts.
I think the next one that's up is Cuphead. Personally,
Cuphead.
yep. Cuphead's definitely going to be next on the chopping block.
Yeah, I'm already seeing it happen.
That's what happens when shit gets popular. Like,
I know.
It's just like a target for mainstream things. It's just horrible.
Just like you already got all the sexy Cuphead cosplays coming out. Like, bitch, it's Cuphead. What are you talking about? Like,
and it's, I don't know. It's really, it's fucking pissing me off, though, because it's just like I'm just sick of seeing it, but I mean, it's life now in 2017 going to 2018. It's just the hip thing to do.
Yeah, I guess. That's what it was.
I want to
Brawlhalla.
the
Gotcha.
surprise subject for Mookie, and I know Mookie is going to love this.
Mookie, you gonna love it.
Indeed.
Just like that fish you had. You gonna love it.
The awesome target of Momo-kun.
Goddamn. Oh my gosh. So where are we even starting with this? This is like if a high speed train.
This is probably gonna be like the equivalent of because I'm gonna be on the opposite side. Not really the opposite side. I'm not gonna in Momo-kun. I'm not.
I'm gonna be in the middle, right where I want to be.
I'm like, I'm not gonna be attacking or anything. Like,
no, he's not right. But I'm gonna be on the. I'm not gonna say defense here. I guess I can say defense. I don't know. I don't want this to be like, oh yeah, it's White Knight and he's a cuckold. No, I'm getting plenty of fucking ass. Okay, baby. I don't
so,
give a damn.
The next thing is that
get laid, but yeah,
we call Mookie D because we also call him Tyson. Because that's the nickname.
These guys don't call my names out there. How dare you?
Gerald doesn't like the D, but he might. But I'm just saying, he calls it out. It's Mookie.
Thanks for putting my name out there. Now the Mega M army is going to attack me if they don't like what I say.
They're gonna get you.
Already out of the gate.
Alright.
You already said your name in the beginning.
Okay, yeah, alright.
I ain't said my actual name. We good. Not that I give a fuck. Anyway, motherfucker, give me that attention. Give me that publicity. Let's go. Y'all know what my Twitch channel is. Y'all know what my YouTube is. Hit me up. Give me some views. Follow me on Spotify. I got a hot mixtape dropping next week.
If you guys don't know who Momo-kun is, which I'm pretty sure you should,
I don't know who she is. Who that hoe? I mean, who is she?
She's all.
What she do?
Popping up here.
She don't pay my bills.
Very, very busty lady, indeed.
That's about it.
That's about it. I don't. Okay, I mean, all right. So, I mean, I personally, I met her. I met her Colossal Con briefly.
Colossal Con, that shit was dope.
That's all people ever do is meet her briefly, and that's what they base their opinion on her off of.
Yeah.
Until you've actually hung out with her multiple times, you don't know how she actually is.
Come on!
It's true! Bro, that is true! Okay, so you telling me, okay, so if I hang out with West for 5 minutes talking to him. That means
Yes,
automatically know who he
yes,
is,
it
how
was.
he is, and all that shit, right?
Yes, I mean,
No, it's not true.
I'm good with judging people's character. I'm not
That's what
saying
you
that
think. No, you
she's
are not.
man. I am very good right away. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that she's
Mm-hmm.
an excellent person. Okay, all right, but
I ain't even beginning
she just
talking
seems like a
yet. I'm
normal
just
chick.
like
She
giving you
just seems
shit.
like a normal chick, man. It's just like, but the thing I have picked up with is, I don't think uh, she's very, very bright. And
You mean
uh,
outside of the fact that she
her
probably got that
herself,
Harvey Dent syndrome going on?
her herself has said this to. She's called herself a fucking idiot. So before people jump on
But you
me
can't do that. You can't. You
about it,
can't do it. That's bad.
uh,
You bad.
fuck
Bad
you.
to the
I'm gonna do
bone.
whatever the fuck I want. This is what this podcast
Dang.
is about.
Okay, look.
Uh,
Let's get to the verb. Let's actually get to the debate. It's why you over here verbally jerking off. Okay, let's actually get to the discussion.
50 Shades Joe right
it's like
here.
he's ready to get his it's like
No, no,
that's
I'm not even. You don't even know this shit. Honestly, my opinion on a lot of things has changed. So
I'm
this
putting on
isn't
the
even
Colossal
as
Con
like
video for you guys right here in the background. Yeah, see,
it,
plug it.
it's not even as intense as K-pop is. But we ain't even going into that today.
Oh
I do not
Jesus.
need to
We'll save
blow on a
another.
K-pop
We'll
man.
save. Yeah, we'll save that for another podcast.
Oh no, I do
That
not. I'll
deserves
put
its
my dick in
own
this
one.
can and cut it.
That definitely deserves its own episode. Uh, yeah. But no, I met her briefly at Klaus Con. I mean, and she seemed uh like a generally just a regular okay person. Okay, I don't think she thinks what she does before she does it. Um, and
Like the friends that she, that colossal.
Oh, jeez.
what was that?
I'm sorry. You in the
You don't
bathroom
even
when she passed by?
don't
That
even
was so
have to
funny.
cough it, motherfucker. Just say the goddamn shit. All right, this is what the
No,
podcast is
just
He still got fish in his mouth. Look at him.
about.
anyway, nothing.
Just say
Let's
the shit.
begin. Let's begin a gaze into Mookie's mind on the the quote unquote public figure.
Well, once you
That
get past the tofu, now let's
is
begin.
Nigga, I love tofu. Don't talk to
I
me
know
about
you
tofu.
like
Anyway, okay,
tofu.
so here's my opinion. I'm gonna keep it short, simple, and sweet. Okay, so one, I think that obviously, like you said, she's not the brightest person, but she knows pretty well what she's doing. She just doesn't think anybody's going to say anything to her just because she's a well-known cosplayer.
Hey, look us up right
And
here.
it's
Yeah.
like everybody has the same opinion when they first meet her. It's like, oh yeah, I met her for a few minutes. Like you can't judge somebody in a few minutes. You don't know who they actually are, what they're capable of within a few minutes of meeting them. You have to actually hang out with them, talk to them, get to know them. But I think like all this drama surrounding her, I think it's about 50-50, to be honest. I think some of it is true and other parts is kind of like shit made up by people who are just like extreme haters, And the thing about it all is, here's what I have a problem with. Okay, I have a problem with her attitude because I have seen her responses to shit. I've seen the things she said to people. And then the other thing I have is like, yeah, it's like, okay, she doesn't seem like the nicest person. As she comes, everybody tries to make herself out to be. But at the same time, it's like these people who don't like her. It's like it's one thing if you don't like her for her personality, but it's a completely different story if you don't like her because she's a bigger person. You shouldn't be judging you not liking a person off of the size. Because by that logic, if you don't
Yeah,
like
I
her because
mean,
she's a bigger person, that means you don't like most of
they get
America,
on
which is,
her.
bigger.
They get on her about her saying she promotes body positivity, but yet she does surgery on herself and blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, in the video, she admitted like that she had surgery on herself, or whatever, and she felt bad for hiding it and all that other stuff and everything like that. You know, I guess at least she's done that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, regardless of if she cracked or whatever and stuff like that. I mean, being in the limelight, I think is difficult for some people, and she's a perfect example of that. She doesn't really know
That's
what the
because
fuck to do.
everything, all your personal life becomes everybody's fucking business. But the thing is, too, it's just like you knowing that, which means you honestly should probably reconsider things before you say them or do them. And at the same time, though, it's just
Yeah, I don't think
like you said, she apologized.
she's not
It's
good
like,
at doing that at all.
yeah, it's like she apologized. Okay, she apologized for it, but at the same time, does it even matter? Because it's one of those I got caught apologies. You know what I mean? Not, oh,
Yeah,
I'm going to come forward with this. It's that's like as a kid, it's like, who broke this? I don't know. Who broke this? I don't know. You're the only one here. I broke it. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's just like you only apologizing because you got caught. But at the same time, it's just like it's honestly not anyone's business what she does. Like, yeah, she's probably a cosplayer, but she's not like an actor or anything, so that
I'm just
doesn't mean
really
her
sick of
personal life
fucking
is out
seeing
there.
it. That's what I'm doing.
But
It's like, okay, sure, yeah, I get it. You guys hate her, all right, that's cool. Can we move the fuck on? Like, it's just you either go and see her, buy her prints or whatever, or you don't. Like,
I honestly, it's just like I said. For me, it's literally just she doesn't seem like a very good person, which is why I don't like her. It has nothing to do with her body or anything like that. It's just her attitude. And that's entirely it. Like, I'm all for body positivity. You already know that shit.
oh yeah, definitely.
But
Okay.
yeah, like that's the whole thing, and I think that's what a lot of people fail to realize. People think that people hate her because they hate her because she's a bigger girl. It's like no, it's like there's cosplayers who are the same size as her, if not bigger than her, and more popular than her, who everybody loves.
And see,
It's
this
like
is
it
the
has nothing to
thing.
do
The
with that.
people that are actually white knighting for people,
They need to quit.
it's making it hard for to defend actual people that are struggling
Yeah,
because then we're grouped into, oh, you're just fucking white knighting, like, period. It's like, no, I'm actually addressing something that's fucking actually really bad. you know
yeah,
like if you're calling one of my friends stupid nigger monkey, okay,
yeah,
you know I'm not knighting, I'm calling you the fuck out, you know like
seriously.
just hands down. I don't give a fuck if she's attractive or not. What you said was wrong. You know what I mean? And I
What
think
to
people
say?
are quick to jump, on you're just white knighting to defend somebody. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And there should be a clear separation from that. You know what I
And
mean?
see, that's the thing too. It's like you can tell the difference between when somebody's like white knighting and when somebody's trying to actually provide a valid point rather than you're just a hater, you're just mad because they make more money than you or they were popular than you, blah 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 blah. And it's just like you're not really contributing anything.
Yeah, exactly. You're not contributing anything. Shadow, what's your opinion on Momo-kun? I want to hear your opinion,
I got
definitely.
no
As
opinion.
somebody
Most of it's just
that's in between,
all
like,
right. So like, I actually don't know much of a response to this as far as Mookie has been saying. I just came in between, and I've just heard like a bunch of negative things about her, mostly negative rather than positive.
exactly. That's all. That's all
That's
you've been getting,
like I, I haven't heard many positive things about her other than like what her community says about her when they come to defend her. And that's pretty
Yeah,
much not good in the same aspect because it's just like, all right, cool. This is
Yeah.
it doesn't make her look good because she's the way her community actually defends her is actually worse. then I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
kind of like a cult,
Yeah,
honestly.
it is because like they'll all
It's a
team up
cult.
on this one person. They'll
Yeah,
do
they'll instantly take her side no matter what happened. Like if she's
yeah
in the wrong, it doesn't matter because she's Momo-kun, so they're quick to jump to her aid no matter what. And it's like that's not how it is. That's your friendships don't work that way. If your friend's wrong, your friend's wrong. You let them know.
yeah. But like
Like
it's
that's
just like
how.
whatever she says goes. That's pretty much
Yeah,
how they act, and it's just
it's
like
just a big community of enablers.
Mm.
Like it's basically what it is. They're enabling her to, use social media and just act a fool for no reason, do whatever and say whatever she wants. They don't hold her accountable for anything, which people in the cosplay community especially should be doing because it's already a niche community.
yeah. Aside
Yeah.
from that, like I don't really go on like fandoms what people think about people. I'll go for myself, figure it out, see what
Yeah,
this
Yeah.
person's about.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
like
Definitely.
at first I thought she was cool. She looked really cool. She looked good. I'm not gonna lie, shoot. But like I've seen some of her responses to people and it's just downright dirty and like it's not really how she should be acting as a figure. But, you know, people are just everyone's human. It's you if you're gonna say something, you're gonna say something
Yeah.
back most of the time if someone's attacking you. And I understand that, but like the rest of it is like an avalanche effect. She says something, everyone else has to say something. It's just like
Yeah.
no,
You know,
she can say whatever to
the
on her own.
the thing I hate about it too is people get grouped in with her that don't deserve to get grouped in. One of her friends got grouped in because of that. Uh, I'm sure you guys remember that. I don't know. We should mention about it. What was it, Mookie? It was
Hmm.
uh
Which one?
You talking about Vamplet?
no, not Vamplet. No, it was Ronnie's cosplay at CosmoCon
Oh yeah. Oh, her. Wait.
when she did
You talking about the Colossal Con when she did Sombra?
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
When people tried to use Ronnie's cosplay as a means to defend all her swimsuit costumes, it's like, well, she doesn't do basically nothing but swimsuit costumes though. Like she literally only did Sombra for Colossal Con, and she actually did a good ass job on Sombra because she actually looked like Sombra. She got the LED wig, the LED fingers, and everything. Painted costume, all that stuff. Like it looks like Sombra's going swimming,
Yeah.
not I bought this swimsuit off a website that everybody else has, and this is me in a wig. I'm, swimsuit version of insert name here.
Right.
Which honestly, like,
Which
I can,
I think there's nothing wrong with that personally. But if you're going to market yourself and you're gonna, pay for prints and everything like that,
there's a limit. I think there's a limit to it because you can't just only be doing, oh, I'm a swimsuit version of this, or I'm gonna go take pictures with this wig on, but I'm wearing, panties and underwear, or yeah, panties and a bra, and I'm, this character. It's like it doesn't work that way, especially if you had something commissioned and you're just out here. That's your whole costume. You can't get like not
that's a
commission, but
very
like you can't get mad.
I think that's a very sensitive subject though, because it's like because I love and I defend my boudoir girls that go shout outs to y'all. I love y'all
Yeah,
work. Okay,
that's fine,
I
but
love the stuff that you do.
there's a
I don't want that.
fine line between it
I don't
though.
want
There's a
that to
fine line
be
between those who
confused with those
actually,
people. Yeah, exactly. That's
yeah,
all I'm saying.
like
Because I
yeah,
personally have friends that do
yeah.
that,
I'm
and I
friends
love
with
their
it
work.
too. It's like they put work into it. It looks nice. It looks good. Not it seems more like, oh, I need something I can put together quick and put on Patreon so people will throw money at me. Bam, this is what I'm going to go to versus the people actually planning it out, putting an actual set together, getting,
Yeah,
the
I
shit
do think
made and
that
all
she
that. Like,
does bastardize that for sure. You know?
and like I think that's why a lot of girls hate her because like I put in a lot of work towards my things, and you half-ass it, and you get like quadruple the amount of people and likes and followers and shit that I do.
Right.
And it's just like, but like I think the other thing is like people, like I said, they need to hold her accountable for the things she says. They can't overlook it just because they're a huge fan or they like her and so on and so forth. It's like no. And it's like if I were in that position, I would appreciate my fans and shit who would tell me I'm wrong or what I did was fucked up more so than people who's like, oh no, you were right. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, cause
Right.
you're just sucking up, and then you're actually trying to, let me know that I need to change my way of thinking. I need to change my actions, because otherwise, it's not going to end well for me. Which honestly is what's going on. It's not going to end well if you keep it up at this pace.
Exactly.
It's just like with any other cosplayer.
Exactly. Okay, and now I have a subject for Shadow specifically.
Oh,
Definitely. It's not too difficult, but what coast are you in? Wise, like what coast? I forgot to mention. We're different ends of the spectrum. Like I'm from Chicago. We have like the Midwest crew here out here. Uh,
East
uh,
Coast.
and you go to a lot of the East Coast cons and stuff, right?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah. So like, I wanted to break up. There was a whole thing with like East Coast cons versus Midwest cons.
Wait,
Uh,
versus what? Midwest?
yeah, and you've been to both, so so I value your opinion on this. Um, a lot of people say that a lot of people on the East Coast are pretty stuck up and could they know how to party too, but they're really like more judgmental about size and cosplay and partying
Well,
out there and stuff like that. Like,
all right.
can you give me
So it's a 50-50. So it's not like how it is at ASIN and like AMKey in the Midwest. Like it was a whole different feel. Like everyone was family. It was more friendly. There was a lot more like
yes,
homey feeling to it. On the East Coast, it's a little. It can be homey, but it not at the same time. It's more like, who are you? And it's like, all
yeah,
right, so you'll have the people that are homey because they come from like all the cons over. Like they'll come from uh, Anime Expo, ASAN. They'll go. They're the people that travel, and then you have the people that are just local, and you can tell they're local because they don't want to be with. They don't want to deal with anything. They don't want to be with anyone. There's those people, and they have their own like clique in their at the con. It's not that they're not nice. It's just that they are stuck up. I won't lie.
yeah,
They're really stuck up, and it's just like, all right, well, I'm not here for that. I really don't care. So it's very different when you go to other cons. So like Anime Expo, that was amazing because everyone was not stuck up. As many people as like I've met there and seen and like came across, amazing. And all the Midwest cons were cool. And then you have the East Coast. You have Otakon, you have MagFest and stuff like that. It's the other thing is that like I guess if you go to I guess like Otakon and some conventions,
hmm
I'm gonna say CatchCon right now. The staff there is atrocious.
I'm so
They're,
glad
they're
you should
they're
Katsucon.
completely stuck up. They're like I don't understand how that con. I think Magfest is going to overrun them because
You,
that con
somebody
is
said
amazing.
somebody said that Katsucon, if you're not a famous cosplayer, you just won't have a good time there because it's just there. You're
It's
just
Yeah, I
there.
heard that
People
too.
it's
are like taking up space just to take pictures.
well,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
And
That con was known for all the cosplayers that when it was literally just a photographer's con. All the people
Yeah.
went there to cosplay, but then they started getting really strict, and they started like hammering down on like photographers. Like I understand why, like they were setting up inside, in the way of people, so they wanted to stop that. But then they just started getting more strict and more stuck up, and it's just like now you can't really take any photographs without having a permit or something like that. The other thing is that no one knew anything. Like we were trying to take pictures, and we asked staff, and they're like, "This is the hotel policy." We asked hotel, "This is the staff policy for the con." And we're like, "No one knows
So it's a
anything.
loop.
What is
Yeah,
going
Right.
on?" So
Don't
we're
forget
just like,
don't forget the sign up sheets, dude, to take pictures in certain areas.
Sign up
I-
sheets.
dude, I
What?
never. Luckily, we banned ourselves from going to Katsucon. We went to MagFest the year after,
There
and
were
that is
sign-up
amazing.
sheets just to take
Up-
pictures. What?
Dude, I
Yeah, there's
can't.
sign up sheets. If you wanted to take pictures in a certain area, there's sign up sheets. Like, the Katsukan gazebo or whatever. Apparently, there's sign up sheets for that
Oh
because so many
no,
people want to take pictures there. Yeah, that's why I was telling.
That's
That's why I was trying to tell
hilarious.
MC and Ty and all them. I was like, you guys should honestly skip Katsu because you guys like to party at cons. They're like, oh, let's
yeah.
party at Katsu. I was like, no,
That's
Katsu is
what I was
No,
literally
hearing.
Katsu is not a party con. A party con is MagFest, 24-hour arcade. That's
So
huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
They have
I
the
wanna
Dev
go to
arcade, and then they have after that they have the area
I
where you
heard
can buy things.
Manifest's hotel now was like the Kalahari.
Uh,
like a lot of people, rooms sold out really fast. So apparently, I guess people are
dude,
taking
so
that
like
up.
we went the year before they started selling out. Like that was the year before it got
Yeah, I was
amazing.
telling my friend about you too, and now he was just like, "Man, it was like you literally just picked up a hotel at the last second."
Yeah,
I just remember
it
you.
was great.
I remember you sending me that video, Shadow, and like you're walking down the hall in your like rave suit, and the dude goes flying by on an electric scooter.
Yeah,
I'm like, can you do that? You're like, yeah, they don't care.
Dude, it was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Like, all right, so we woke up to a fight in the next, like, in our room next door. I'm not gonna lie, and we all woke up and we ran to the bathroom so we could listen to them. I'm not gonna lie, and all you hear is just like this dude fighting with his girl, and all we heard was, "All I want is a little decency," and we're like, "The hell is he talking about?" We're like, "What are you talking about?" Dude, it got so quiet. It got so quiet, and like that was probably one of the best moments that we have, aside from like the view. If you get an atrium, which they sell super quick,
super quick.
it's
Yeah.
usually the entire view of the con and the ocean view. It was beautiful.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's no, because like think, all right, so if you went to Katsu or if you've seen where it's at the Gaylord. Ha. Anyways, it's at the Gaylord.
Shameless, baby.
The entire like middle of it is all glass from like
Wow.
the ceiling to the front. All you just see is the open ocean. It's an ocean. You see like the boatyard, and you see
Wow. Really?
it's gorgeous. Yeah, I say, dude, Google it. It's a gorgeous convention area. It's a gorgeous convention area. The other thing is that in the center, like if you get the center atrium, there's like a water fountain and stuff. They have a little town. People meet up, and then of course the gazebo. It's a really well done place. Oh, and MagFest, aside from Katsucon, MagFest has a Nerf gun war. If you like Nerf gunning, you'll go there. It's every year. It's amazing. But yeah, like we that was our last Katsu. That was it. Once they told me to, all right, so it's like 8 o'clock on a Saturday. I have my rave suit on and I have music playing. It's not loud. Staff member, hey, turn that off. It's like 8 o'clock and like there's a party around me. I'm like,
you serious?
yeah, I am
8
not.
o'clock?
That was 8 o'clock.
What?
Like, there's people trying to sleep around here. I was like, everyone's partying. I am like the lowest person here. Everyone else is really. I'm like,
Oh my
okay, cool. I mean, I did it. I was also drinking, and I didn't care because I went to the rave after that and I had a great time. But like the staff there just so stuck up. She was after that she had this like, ha ha ha, yeah, I told you to lower it down. I was like, whatever. I'm not coming here again. I don't care.
Yeah.
But like I think
That's
MagFest is going to overshadow Katsu because Katsu just the organization, the management,
Yeah, I just hear like
everything
the
about them is just
elitist of the
bad.
elite of
Yeah,
cosplays
so many of
going
the cons
there, and
just kill themselves. Like they
they
ruin the
really
cons for
they
themselves.
really do. Like fucking on our end, like the only ones we have left. One of them being Ohio Con. Ohio Con dearly was in my heart. It was it was it used to be a con. It used to be the first con of the year. Because it would literally be New Year's, and then like literally it would be like that following weekend after New
Mhm.
Year's, and so it would be the first con of that year. And everybody went to it. Um, Ohio Con is in Columbus, Ohio, and the convention center was beautiful. It was wide open area. Then they did construction on it and started enforcing rules with the hotels where if you didn't have a wristband, you weren't allowed to get into the hotel rooms.
Mhm.
So you can imagine that killed the whole vibe about people going to see friends, to party or not party, just to even just to visit friends and hang out. Like that just made it a pain in the ass. It also make rooming situations a pain in the ass because you only give you a limited amount of wristbands, so it's like you can barely
Yeah.
have any people staying like that. Just like that's not how the con works. Goddamn well you're gonna have more than a couple of people in your fucking room. You know,
Yeah,
and I understand they wanted to cut down on the bad stuff, but that's not the way to do it. Like it's just a lot of people I know that have been going to OhioCon since the start, like me, were just like, "Oh my god, what the fuck has become of this con?" And that's been happening to a lot of cons, like we're saying, and it's just you know, it's got to the point where I'm at my uh, standard. Like these are the cons I'm going to. That's it. You know,
yeah.
Yep.
at my top cons that I have to make it to, and that's it. You know.
Well, at least the concerts you can get to, because a lot of them are getting sold if you don't pre-plan. That's the crazy
Mhm.
No,
part.
I mean, you always plan for a con, or at least I try to at least, or but yeah, it's it's a lot of these cons nowadays. Like, yeah, I've heard like I'm all for us Midwesterners going out and bringing more of the family and homeliness to the East Coast cons, and some of the good that comes from you East Coasters. Uh, I mean, you guys know how to really throw some shindigs. You know how to get down.
He
You
said
know,
shit digs.
yes, I'm an old man. Yes, you can see why I identify Rick. I'm an old man. I'm a hip
I
old
mean, we
man.
could go French with this. We could go La Discotheque. Ah, yeah. Did you go La Discotheque last night? What you talking about? I'm talking about the rave,
I
man.
know, right? That's real old school term. Oh my
Jesus, that they
goodness.
still use that in France, and yeah, France they call it La Discotheque.
Yeah, discotheque. They still
Great.
call it. Wow, that's crazy.
That's their word for like dance. It's discotheque.
Definitely awesome. Definitely awesome. Uh, so I'm glad you mentioned the raves. This one is close to me. The rave scene in the con community needs
It's
some help.
horrible. Don't do it. Don't do
It
it. No.
really needs a lot of help.
They've
They
been
are
they've
getting.
been cracking down on the rave scene isn't as it used to be. It used to be amazing. I remember my first Otakon raid where my face was melting off, everyone was
Oh
jumping,
yeah.
like it
Oh
was
yeah.
active. Now it's just like a bunch of slugs. You need to get salt and just throw it on them just to move. It's crazy. Like there's
Exactly.
Yeah, our
nothing.
cons. It's funny because like our cons went from having like these J rock and J pop guests and that's what really drew in such massive crowds to our cons, to trying to focus on the rave with these really bad DJs, which killed the con, and now they
I
rotated back
know.
into having special guests, and so people are going to the cons again. So it's just like the cons you used to avoid because there's hardly any people. It's like, maybe I'll go this year because there's a shit ton of people actually going again.
Yeah.
But they just, I don't know, these other people over here, they don't really know how to run cons. It's like hit or miss.
Yeah, and some of the generation that used to run cons, they used to talk shit about them and everything. But now that they're gone, honestly, you can see the effects of it. Uh,
Yeah.
like real, really heavily on it. And yeah, fucking not sugarcoating it. They're getting shitty DJs to play these fucking cons. They're getting average
Mm.
Joe Small on the street. Yeah, I'll do it. Or free. No, fuck that. Pay your DJs. Set them up with the room. Now, a con DJ barely gets a badge.
Yeah.
So now, if I wanted to DJ a con, I have to provide my own way there. Okay, fine, sure, okay, that's fine. I'll take that hit. Uh, Provide my own hotel space. Again, all right, sure, I guess. But now I'm barely struggling for a badge. And you don't want to pay me for my time. Fuck that. Realistically, literally get like literally hey Joe, you want to cuss? You want to DJ this fucking rave? Yeah, I'll do it. And they'll play their favorite tracks. That's it. They don't know how to crowd read. They don't crowd read. They don't even bother doing that. Uh,
Yeah.
they play happy hardcore. They think everybody wants to dance to that shit. Nothing. Then against y'all happy hardcore chorus. I like a little bit of it in my life too, a little bit. But
Not everybody
as
here
a
can
DJ,
do
that
happy
shit
hardcore.
tires the fuck out of the crowd. That shit is high paced. The BPM is off the charts. You're not supposed to dance that shit for. Not sure how you dance to it anyway. You're supposed
BPM.
to
What
Well,
does
see,
dance
that
to
mean?
a
Big
lot of it
penis
too,
man?
though.
What?
It's like a lot of their happy core. It's just kind of like it's really like mediocre.
yeah,
It's
very
like
mediocre. And meme songs. I think it's memes. Love memes.
I hate people do that.
Uh,
I didn't even know
but
that was a thing.
oh yeah, it's a thing.
Jeez.
Uh, I find myself going into these raves, and then I'm just literally there, and I look, and I'm just like, wow,
Time to
no
immediately
progress.
leave.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
they're getting smaller and smaller. Like it's kind of bad because they're just giving less and less space to raves.
Work with, yeah.
Yeah. So like I went
That's
to Otakon. Otakon used to have one of the biggest raves I knew. They had a base. They had a whole basement dedicated to it when
some
they were in
places you're not
Maryland.
even allowed to even call it a rave, too. You have to call it
Well,
the
oh,
dance.
the dance. Well, it used to be called rave, and like I mean, glow stick, beach ball. They had like the forklift in the center because it was so many people. It was amazing. Then like after years went on, it slowly like died out. They got more. They got horrible like DJs and stuff like that. It became sad. So like we went this year, and it was just like maybe 50 people inside like where
Yikes.
the designated rave was, and like
Yikes.
they had their own like a person outside had a bigger rave than the actual rave for Otakon. I was like, this is sad. This is horrible. Why would they let this die like this? Otakon was like my first memorable rave aside from my first Colossus. That one was awesome. That was just
Essentially,
industrial rave.
fuck raves, find people like us, come to our room.
yeah.
We play
Dude, but
rave
that's
music and we get down.
never do though. That's always what happens though. We go check out the rave. We're like, this is boring. Back to the room. And then what you guys do is like, we're going to our room. We're going to drink, have our own party, and then everybody just like
Yeah,
gravitates towards
and
us.
everybody, that used to be one of the things to definitely do, and it still kind of is for people, and and
Yeah.
and everybody, but it's like, are you going to the rave yet? Later? Yeah, man. I still get hyped for it. Yeah, I'm going to the rave later. Yeah. And then like you said, we're getting there, and it's like, ooh, what the fuck?
You waiting in line for 2 hours just to get in, and half the
I
people
don't
are
give
standing there
a
because the
shit
music's trash.
about that.
And it's just like, woo. I ain't actually been to a con rave in a minute. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I just love too how it's always like we're always like looking for that party room or whatever, and then it just ends up being the room we're in because nobody else is doing anything.
Yeah.
It's like Midwest. It's just like, yo, where's the It's like, where's the party at? Where are the parties? It's like, apparently it's us. Like, what? Like, no, no.
Oh man.
Exactly. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's very difficult out here. The con scene is definitely in trouble for some space. Now I'm gonna mention Dragon Con because I couldn't go without mentioning Dragon Con at least once. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Uh, Best con experience I've had in my life, hands down. Their rave, phenomenal. Go
Man,
to
I've heard nothing but good things about Dragon Con. I still need to go down there.
everything,
Yeah, same.
everything about Dragon Con. If I would have to say Dragon Con is a choose your own adventure MOBA game. Not MOBA game, like RPG. That would suck if it was like League of Legends. No, no, it's like, what the fuck is the term for? I'm so bad. What do you kids
That's a
call
good
it
question.
nowadays?
All you just need to know is that a lot of people get drunk at Dragon Con and they have a good time.
Yeah,
That's what I hear.
exactly. No, it's like
Oh,
a choose your own adventure thing.
God.
I go to panels in that damn con, okay, and I never go to panels. Okay, I'm the person that gets dressed in their costume, takes a bunch of fucking pictures, and have fun and meet new people.
But eventually, all three of us will be at Dragon Con together,
Oh
and
Lord,
Yeah.
then things will happen. We'll
oh
take over
Lord.
the world.
Jesus.
Uh,
That
I
day
think
to
that would be the
happen.
year that Dragon Con will actually shut down, which would be hilarious.
Jeez.
Damn.
Well, yeah.
Definitely. All right, guys. Definitely. I think that is definitely a wrap. I will stop it here for sure. Thanks again for tuning
Oh,
in. If you guys want to shamelessly plug it yourselves, I can put you in the description below.
I like turtles.
That's a good song, bastard.
I like to have fun.
Hi.
Yeah. Who are you? Wow! I love the meme where it's like when you do fucking she asks what are we? It's like you're my special
Yeah, sure.
friend.
Exactly. But no, thanks guys again for tuning in.
We'll have free cookies next time, don't worry.
Yeah, man, totally.
And Szechuan sauce. No, just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Peace out, guys. Again, this has been Con-shamless. Thank you for tuning in our first podcast. And hope to see you in the next one.